Good day, mates. Little update today on the Dragon StuG.3. I'm gonna prime it with this stuff straight out of the bottle. I don't thin this, it's plenty thin enough. Couple of drops of this. Then I'm gonna try a bit of black basing and pre-shading. So I'm gonna black base it with this, and I'm gonna pre-shade it with this. It is model colour off-white, which is like exactly what it says on the tin, off-white, not bright white but off-white. So if you're wondering why I've got a woolly hat on sitting in my bedroom, there's two reasons for that. Reason number one is I've just taken the dogs out for a walk and it is freezing out. -7 with the wind chill, and I took them over the fields at the back of my house. Cue vista of fields at the back of my house. So that's where we've been, right over by them goalposts, and it is freezing, mate. Freezing. And I did say there were two reasons. Reason number two is because I've got serious lockdown hair. I am desperate for a haircut. It's down, if I wore a shirt, what they used to say collar length in the old days, it'll be past there, I reckon. So hat stays on. Anyway, let's get cracking, and I'll speak to you soon. So this is the result of the priming, the black basing and the pre-shading on my little StuG. It's not come out too bad. Not bad at all, my friends, not bad at all. Turn him round. I've got a turntable down there on the floor, I don't know why I didn't use that. Anyway, there she is in all her glory. Oh look, my sticker on my bench. How apt. Anyway, that's what she looks like, and it's coming along nicely. I've done a little bit more on the tracks. I've got one more straight length to do and one more bend, and then they'll all be ready to be primed and painted. Yeah, so that's it. Onwards and upwards. So I thought I'd show you some of the kits I've built so far on my re-entry into the hobby. As I've told you before, I started again in about November 2019, and this is the first one that I kicked it off with. It's the Tamiya Tiger 2 King Tiger. I've made a proper balls up with it. I had a rubbish airbrush. Well, I had two rubbish airbrushes, and that's why I've only painted it dark yellow and the red brown, because I just couldn't cope with how crap the airbrush was. It's not too bad for a first effort. Used real mud from my garden to on the tracks, mixed it in with PVA, made it into gunky paste, and used that on the front there as well. I've got a tub of it in here in this room. I dried it all out first. I left the lid off first, dried it all out, and then mixed it in with some PVA. So when I got into the King Tiger, I bought this kit. It's a vintage Airfix Henry VIII, and the reason I bought this was because this was one of the first kits I ever built in the 70s when I was a kid, and it really took me back to my childhood. And I can remember buying it. I can remember where I bought it from. The shop was called Leapers, and it was in Francis Road in Leighton, London, E10. And I can remember desperately trying to pluck the courage up to ask my mum for the money to buy it, because we were far from well off in them days. My mum and dad both had 3 jobs each, and they just bought the house we were living in, but paid 4 grand for it, which in the early 70s, I'm talking about probably 72, something like that. That was a lot of money. I'm gonna try and fix the eyes. Now I'm a bit more experienced, I realise that's rubbish, the eyes are, but I'm quite pleased with that. Didn't turn out too bad, and it brought back a lot of happy memories of when I was a kid. So this is the Hannah mag that I built. 135 again, Tamiya again. Nice little kit. Easy to do. I added a few little bits and pieces in there, a map, and I covered the seats in baking parchment and painted them so they look like creased up leather seats. Broke the width markers off the front like I knew I would. 2 or 3 times I broke them off and glued them. But in the end I just left that one on there to make it look like it had been broken off. Nice little kit. There was about 3 more figures that came with it than that, but that's enough for me. Nice little kit. Tiger 1 Tamiya again, 135 again. Aber metal barrel again. This was kindly donated to me by my friend John Harrowing, who even paid for the postage to send it to me, so top marks to him. Tried to do it as best as I could, and it came out not bad at all. I love Tiger tanks, they're absolutely iconic. Little commander figure, didn't come out too bad at all. I'm pleased with that one. This is my most recent. So next up after the Hanomag was this. Italeri, this is. M4a1 Sherman. I built this for a group build on Shane Smith's Armoured Thunderbolt Facebook group, which is all for Shermans. I scratch built that shelf on the front. The stowage is from Value Gear. The German helmet over the light guard there, yes, it is in Fury, but that plastic tow cable, I was just trying to straighten it out a little bit with a flame, and it melted the edge of the light guard. So I thought I had some spare German helmets, so I thought I'd just stick one on there to hide it, kind of thing, which is what I did. I'm pleased with how this came out. I'll build a Sherman again. It's a nice tank. I put some texture with Mr. Surfacer 500. And away you go. There was about 9 tank riders with this, but figures is not my forte, so I stuck with just the 3. Aerial identification patch on the back, I got that off of Shane Smith's YouTube channel. Clear instructions on how to make it, all the sizes and everything, so I did that. Stowage on the back is from Value Gear, and the rope is just a bit of cotton string that I got. And away we go. Aerial's made out of a stretch sprue. I'm pleased with this. I like that one. Completed model. It's a Hobby Boss Panther. I put that camouflage netting because that's a metal barrel, and I made a bit of a cock up on the paint, and I tried to touch it up and it just stuck out like a pig's ear. Tried to rub it down and it just made it look worse. So I touched it up as best as I could, and then I had some of that camo netting anyway. So I just stuck it over the barrel. It's a metal barrel from Aber. So I just stuck the camo netting over it, and it don't look too bad, I don't think. Those are our model metal tracks with copper track pins. Beautiful to put together. Really nice, but the price of them now, Britain has left the EU, they've gone up to about 40-45 quid a set now. A little bucket on the back, that's from a Tamiya Accessories kit. I'm pleased with how this one came out. I was going to put a figure in there, but didn't fancy it. I thought I'd have one without. So that's where we're up to so far, and obviously the StuG.3 is next in line. First aircraft kit I've built since I was a kid in the early 70s. This is Tamiya's 1/48 scale Spitfire Mark 1. Absolutely incredible kit. Everything just went together with absolutely zero problems at all. Absolutely beautiful kit. PE bits and pieces in the cockpit. I used an Edward mask for the canopy. Pleased with how this came out. So when it goes together so beautiful and you get no problems, it just makes it all so much better. This is my Hammer horror figure I'm working on. Carries the mummy, played by Christopher Lee in the film The Mummy 1959. I absolutely love horror and I absolutely love Hammer horror. This figure is resin. It's absolute beauty. So I've made a good start on it. It's on a plinth with hieroglyphics on it. It's going to have a few washes. Official Hammer horror from 1999 stamp on the back. I don't know how tall it is, but it's almost as tall as a full bottle of wine. So, it's a beauty. So that's it. That's where we're at with the StuG.3 now. Looking out the back, there's tiny little flakes of snow coming down now, so I think I'll be staying in with copious cups of tea and working on the bench. Lots of bench time. So thanks very much for watching. Catch you later, dudes.